I mean, sometimes we'll be sitting in a room and my friends will be like, if you really think about it, we'll probably never all be together at the same time after we leave. Like, we're all doing our own thing.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Unmuted. My name is Maddie, and you might be wondering where Alyssa is. Well, today I'm interviewing her. So, I'm going to ask her a few questions, some things that you might be wondering, some things that I'm definitely wondering. And so, let's jump right into it. So, the first question that I have for you is, how did Unmuted get started?
All right. So, it was kind of crazy how it all happened. We just started going back to church because we kind of were lacking our, coming. It was kind of like excuses. But at one point, we're like, okay, we need to go. And we started really enjoying it. We love this church and we love our church. And we started coming a lot more. And it was honestly a blessing. One day, my mom was talking to the pastor and showed him a video of me doing one of my monologues. It was you remember the Halloween one we did last year? It was like a contest, whoever had the best one.
Yeah.
And so she showed him that, and he was like, hey, I have this idea. So it was kind of just started as an idea, and me and my family kind of just took it and just ran with it and just started decorating. And then we had an amazing media team that helped me out with it, giving me ideas and helping me because it was also new to me. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and they honestly were really a big help for me because anytime I had a question, I'd be like, "Hey, can you help me?"
Yeah.
But it honestly just brought everyone really close, and it was honestly just such a blessing. And then hearing Pastor be like, "Yeah, you answered my prayers because you started this," and I was like, "No, you answered my prayers because this is just like this is what I want to do in the future. Like I want to do film and stuff. So this is like." I was just really blessed to get started.
That is so fascinating to me because, like, when you first had told me about, like, Unmuted and stuff, I was like, I didn't understand it at first. And then I came on and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I watched the first episode and I was like, this is, like, really good. And I think that it's going to help, like, a lot of people, especially because you're doing kind of from the teen point of view.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good thing for people our age. Where do you see this podcast going? What kind of what plans do you have for the future of Unmuted?
Well, in the future, what I see right now, like I always like think of, or like especially everyone thinking of ideas and new ways to make it grow. But this was like just a recent idea from, I think it was like my dad, and then I was thinking it, and then I think a couple other people. I was like, that would be so cool if in the future, I want a live audience. I think that'd be so cool just to have people come and watch. Because I know you're like, you'll tell me, be like, hey, when you film, let me know because I want to go watch. And I'm like, I love that. Like, I want people to come watch. And I think that's so fun. And then end up having people be able to interact with the audience. So then being like, oh, I like that topic and I have a question. Like, let me raise my hand. Or maybe it's like, let me, I don't know, buzz in something or something. And then I'm like, oh, we have a question. And then having the audience be able to ask the person sitting here the question that they're wondering. Because sometimes I don't hit the right, I'm like, I miss a question that I could have asked. And afterwards, I'm like, I should have asked that.
Right.
So, but definitely in the future, I am hoping it gets to a point where it's a live audience and I'm praying for it. And I know that this will end up being amazing. But yeah.
So you kind of mentioned it earlier, how you wanted to go into film. Yeah. So explain that. So what, I know you're going to, you applied to UT for the film school. Explain that. What's your goal? All
right. So I'm in the process of applying to UT. It's really stressful. It's like, you don't really think about it until you start doing it. And you're like, okay. Yeah. And then it's your future. So you really have to, it takes time and you get nervous about submitting it because it's like, but I do want to go to UT for the RTF program. It's radio, television, film. So there's certain classes there I can take. I do theater now and so acting, but I didn't want to like be like, oh, I want to only do acting because I feel like that limits me. And I just find film in general very fascinating. So I'm just going in with an open mind, and I want to do anything. If it's behind the camera, if it's maybe screenwriting, if it's lighting, sound, directing. I find it all fascinating and just so cool, the whole behind the scenes of movies. So that's just like my dream to go into that. And I'm really praying that that's where I'm meant to be. And if not, then I know that God has a better plan for me and he knows what's right for me. But that's the plan right now, what
Yeah.
I am hoping to do.
I think that's really awesome. I know right now we're doing a show Anne Frank at Talma Memorial, so kind of shout out to that. But Alyssa is assistant directing that.
Yes,
so I think that's
I
a
am.
really good way to kind of get yourself.
Stage manager. Yeah, stage manager, assistant director.
So I think that's a really good way to kind of get the other side of things, because we both have been actresses for the rest of the shows this season. So I think this is a really good opportunity for us. Like you said, like God kind of knows, like you want to go into film, you want to go to any part of film. So it's like a kind of a good opportunity. How do you feel about assistant directing and how that can help you in the film industry?
I really enjoy it. I always sit back when I watch like audition monologues. I'm like, oh, I mean, you can only critique someone so much because they are their own person. If you can't just be like, be more happy, because then it's like, okay. But I always sit back and I'm like, oh, if she would have done that, that part would have been so, like, it would have hit different. We talk too, like when we're sitting down watching auditions, like we'll be like, oh, she should have, oh, that'd have been good. Or we're like, that was good. That was good. So I really enjoy like critiquing because we're there to help them get better.
Right.
And then it's awesome just seeing actors finally find like the part, and I love it, just getting to help everyone out and be involved.
And kind of going off of all that, I know that you have just recently sent in your college audition for the thespians thing.
Yeah.
So how have you been dealing with the stress of all of that? Assistant directing, applying for colleges, the college audition for the thespians. How have you been dealing with all that?
So to kind of cover what the thespian convention is, it's a convention that we go to for theater, and they'll go compete. Maddie's competing a duet scene with Josh. So they go compete. They have workshops for acting and dancing and different stuff just around theater. So we go to that, and I did college auditions. So yes, I submitted my college auditions for that, see who gets back to me with my monologues that I did. But the stress with that, it was stressful, because then also just being a senior, I want to have the most fun my senior year, because after this I won't see half these people anymore, and it's really sad. Because it's kind of like, I mean, sometimes we'll be sitting in a room and my friends will be like, if you really think about it, we'll probably never all be together at the same time after we leave. Like, we're all doing our own thing after college. You make your own friends in college. You go off and start your career, really. And even at the senior picnic that we had for the school, I was like, it's crazy because there's probably never another time we're going to get all the seniors in one place ever again. So just trying to enjoy my senior year, but also stressing, trying to apply. And then I do get distracted. Like, friends invite me places and I'm like, oh, but I want to go hang out with them. But this is my future. But like, I do get distracted with that. And then the show, being at school till 6 every day, like not getting home and then not only that, but being in cheer at the same time. So it's just back and forth. I mean, it keeps me busy for sure, but it definitely is stressful because I do get distracted. But yeah,
I've been struggling with that because I'm a junior and I have a lot of my friends are seniors. So I've been struggling with kind of that thought that like next year, not like alone, because I do have other friends, but like my best friend leaving and some of my guy friends leaving, just like struggling with things like that. I had a thought, but I kind of lost it. I'm gonna kind of give you like another question, kind of a little fun question. What is your dream house and car?
Okay. Oh, car. So my dream car would be I feel like it'll change, but I've always wanted this car since I was like, not little, but like, since I can remember, a white Mustang. I want one so bad. They look so good.
Yeah.
I want a Mustang, but probably when I'm older, I probably want like a Range Rover or something, but right now, I want a Mustang. My dream house would probably be like a white house, like just a white and black house, like on a bunch of like acres, a bunch of land, and just really modern and pretty with a long driveway and the dream home. But probably that, and yeah. That's my dream house and car.
Okay.
What about you?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be a cowgirl. If you didn't know, I ride horses. So I want to live on a...
Tell them that you just got back from
A horse show.
horse show.
I took a clean sweep.
Yeah.
I won first in everything that I did. So that was really good. And I want to live on a lot of acres. And then I want to own a horse barn because that makes bank. People don't know about it, but when you're someone who's in that like equine industry, it makes bank.
Really?
So yeah. And then dream car. I have always wanted a car. I've always wanted a car that could like turn into a ship too.
Like, you know what I mean? That's your dream car?
That's my dream car. Okay. My dream car is a car that can like also fly and go underwater.
Okay. The boat part I understood, but I've never seen one that flies.
Yep, that is my dream car.
But yeah, dream car.
Right. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching this, watching the kind of different style, me interviewing Alyssa in the hot seat. And yeah, maybe I'll be on for another episode. We don't know. Again, thank you. See you next week.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow our Instagram, TikTok at Church of Champions Houston, and subscribe to the YouTube. If you have any stories you'd like to share, topics you'd want me to talk about, comment down below. Thank you. Have a great rest of your week.